Randy Savage 50 here. Back with another video here in my garage where it gets very calm and very collected. I'm going to talk to you today about my Gen 4 Glock 22, which is a 40 caliber, which is a brand new gun to me. I just got it probably a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to give you a little quick breakdown on how I feel about the gun. But more specifically, I'm going to speak to you all about this. And this is the 9mm conversion barrel that I purchased from Bear Creek Arsenal for probably around $42. So you can't beat the deal, but with $42, you'll say, is it reliable? I'll let you know. But first off, look at this. Feature eyes on this bad boy here. Gun is unloaded. This is a Glock 22 Gen 4, which is obviously, well, not obviously, but it's chambered in 40 caliber. I purchased it probably 2 weeks ago at, probably 3 weeks ago now, GT Distributors. Let me say it again, GT Distributors. Fantastic website, and it has these bad boys on there for the low price of $289.99. That's right, a Gen 4 Glock 22 for $289. What? You can't beat that. Yes, it said it was used. I placed the order. I got it. Well, it got shipped to the FFL, and I picked it up probably 3 days later. So you can't beat that deal with a stick. They said it was used, but you can look at it, and it's fantastic. Like, to me, there was nothing on it that that said used. Even on the inside of the slide, like, you know, the parts where the rails are, you kind of see that brown looking copper stuff. That was still there. So either they sent me a brand new gun or it was used but never distributed to whoever it was issued to. And I don't know if there was they didn't sell this as a surplus or a law enforcement trade-in gun. So I don't know. But I'm not asking any questions because it's a beautiful gun. Shoots perfectly fine. As we all know, this is the same size gun as a Glock 17, but the Glock 17 is chambered in 9mm, but this is obviously the 40 caliber version of the full-size Glock type of gun, right? So Glock 22 full-size gun. It has night sights on it as well. And that's strange too, because it didn't promote this as a weapon with night sights on it. So I get it and has night sights. I'm ecstatic. So I put my Streamlight TLR1 on it, took it off my Zonic TP9SF Elite and put it on here. And this is now my bedside gun, and I'm very proud to have it. It came with a box, obviously, the brand new box, and 3 40 caliber magazines. Well, obviously there'll be 40 caliber since the gun's 40 caliber, duh, but 3 15 round magazines, normal Glock mags, just like a brand new gun. I have them loaded with Hornady critical defense rounds, I believe is what these are. So this is my home defense weapon, and it's fantastic. I went and shot it for the first time this past weekend. Whew, perfect. I don't know. It's something about holding a full-size gun in your hands that's, I don't know. I can't explain it, but with me, I have pretty large hands, very large hands in everybody else's estimate. I actually met Tony Atlas one time, the wrestler, and he put his hands up to mine, and his hands, his top of his fingers stopped like right here. So he's like, man, you got some big hands. I'm like, yeah, I was born with them, sir. So everybody that I know that has big hands, mine just trumps theirs. But back to the point. So it came with 3 magazines, brand new. But what I was focused on was trying to buy a conversion barrel, because my buddy was telling me about another site that was selling. He said, you know, if you buy a Glock 22, you can buy a 9mm conversion barrel and obviously put that barrel in and put a 9mm magazine in, and now you have a 9mm. I said, oh, really? So I did some research, and obviously that's true, and obviously you can get a 357 barrel and do that as well. So you basically have like 2 or 3 guns in one, depending on how you want to work it. So I'm working it without the 357 side of it, so I'm using 40 and 9, depending on what I want to do. So that leads me into this 9mm conversion barrel. So look and see the barrels, and obviously they look a little bit differently. I was a bit hesitant to purchase this for $42 on their website. I do have a threaded barrel for my Glock 19 that you've seen in my other videos, and I bought that as well from Bear Creek Arsenal, and that's held up fine. You can kind of look inside. I kind of cleaned it the best I could. Beautiful barrel. You don't really see any roughed up machine marks or anything. It works fine. I may insert a picture of my target to show you how this thing did. If I do insert it, you'll see that my shot's a little bit to the right. That's user error, not barrel error. I was working on something, but this thing performed well. I've noticed that the shots were very accurate. I shot from 5, 7, 10, 15, and it was perfectly fine. I stayed closer to 7 because in my house, the home defense distance that's the furthest away is about 7 yards. So that's probably as far as I need to shoot in my house. And it was perfectly fine. Everything hit where I wanted to hit. It's hitting where I aimed. I was even activating my light, and it was fantastic. So don't sleep on these $42 conversion barrels or barrels in general from Bear Creek Arsenal, because I have that one, like I mentioned, for the Glock 19, and that thing is accurate as well, and it's holding up. I shot probably maybe a couple of 100 rounds in it, and I see a couple of scratches or something on it. I don't know if that's from me or from the company, but everything else seems fine. Like, I don't see any cracking. I don't see anything that's making me alarmed to say I can't trust this barrel in my weapon. So with that, when I ordered that, I also ordered 2 17 round Glock 17 magazines. So obviously, if I'm trying to convert it to 9, if something's going on, I want to carry a secondary full size 9mm. I can go ahead and change that barrel out, insert this 9mm magazine. Now I have a 9mm handgun. So that's fantastic, and I love that point of it. So this Gen 4, you want to do your research, because $289, you can't beat it for a Gen 4. And I've seen $289 for ones, or $299 for Gen 3s. I just saw this morning in a pawn shop, Glock 22 Gen 3 for $460. $460. And I think the normal price is somewhere around there, $450, $400, something like that. But go online, do your research, and find those little sites that you can get some good deals and save you a couple $100. So here's another quick look at this Glock 22 Gen 4 and all of its beauty. I love her to death. Haven't done anything else to her other than put the light on it. Like I said, it came with the night sights. Haven't put a back plate on it or nothing. You know, haven't done anything to it. I think I'm gonna keep it like this. I think this is good enough for how I want it in my nightstand. Let me show you this quick. All right. So like I said, I've kind of cleaned it out so it's a little bit different now. But obviously, you'll take your spring out, take your 40 caliber barrel out, insert the 9mm barrel, put your spring back in, reapply, slide to the Glock frame. Bingo. Now I have a 9mm handgun. And I kind of like it. If you look at it, you'll see that the barrel protrudes a little bit from it. And I like that touch. I like that silver stainless steel look on the gun. And I kind of love how it flows, especially with the black and silver look on the flashlight. And you got the black and silver look on the gun. Black and silver up here. You can't beat it, man. So now also I load my 9mm magazine, and bam. I did that in what, 5-10 seconds? Simple. So there it is, my Glock 22 Gen 4 with the 9mm conversion barrel that shoots fine, it's accurate, and in my terms, it's reliable. So go check it out, Bear Creek Arsenal, for that 9mm magazine, 9mm barrel, and go check out GT Distributors, their website. They have some pretty good items you might want to look at. Well, what was strange about them was this was the first place that I had to actually call them. Like, you can't place an order online for stuff. You have to actually call them and go through the motions of what you want, and they'll write it down and give you a card number. And believe it or not, they kind of messed up your phone number is going to be your order number. So they messed my order number up. I never got an email to confirm I placed my order, so I called that Monday. I placed it on Friday. Called that Monday. They said, yeah, we're sorry. They put blah, 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 blah in there wrong. I said, hey, that's rough. But your order is placed. You'll get it on Wednesday. Sure enough, Wednesday afternoon, it was at my FFL, and I went and picked it up. So check them out. Pretty simple process, but I've never done it like that. I always type my stuff in online and went that way. So talk to a live person and just hoping they don't mess up what you're saying. And sometimes, you know, like this, I'm speaking fast and I'm maybe not enunciating as well as I should, and I'm afraid that something will mess up. So I'm worrying all weekend until the beginning of the week started to see how my order was placed. So I got it, and I'm happy. Randy Savage 50 checking out. Go check out the Glock 22.